College basketball, SMU taking on South Florida. Now, SMU 19-2 on the year, okay? Remember, this team is now facing big sanctions. And again, Larry Brown, great coach, but wherever he goes, scandal follows, all right? And it happened in the college rankings, the NBA rankings, and it's just a paper trail. Great coach, but by God, Larry, you got to make better decisions or hide your whatever, hide it better. So anyway, that being said, it has a lot to do with this line, I think, because you're taking a lot of steam out of your players, you would think, right? Okay, because when they know they can't go to the big dance, that would take something out of me. Was it your fault that your coach exposed you to things that were allegations that now you're having to pay the penalty for? So last game out, they go to Houston, and they lost, okay? So this team right now is not really focused, and they're 4-3 against the spread on the road. Again, that coming most of that when they didn't have the information that they were going to be suspended from the tournament and have heavy sanctions laid on them. Now, they shot terribly overall last game, and they're 8-2 in the last 10 games overall. But again, when you find out about sanctions, it's going to get into the player's head. Now, South Florida, not a good team, 5-19. They're 4-5 at home against the spread. They lost at SMU by 14 about a month ago, okay? That's kind of interesting. SMU home floor, that was before. Actually, I think that was right when the sanctions were laid out. So that was being talked about at the time. It wasn't official, but it started getting their heads then. So how now are they favored by 16 going to South Florida? I don't know. But I know one thing. South Florida's not a sharp-shooting team either. Its leading scorer, Jamal McMurray, he's shooting only 39% from the field. So this team is not strong on defense, and they're certainly not strong from the floor. So SMU, we got to see what team's going to show up. And in a case like that, don't like to put an official pick out. All right, we're 6-1, or actually 7-1 after this morning, or at 12 o'clock this afternoon. But we're 7-1 on our first half college picks. As a lean, I'm not going to put anything on the first half, but I would lean towards South Florida plus the 16, because that's what Heritage has it at. SMU minus 16, just a lean. You know what? Throw a couple dollars if you want. South Florida on a lean getting 16. I think SMU's focus is still not back. Again, these guys are getting closer to the dance, and they realize they're not allowed to show up. So we'll see what happens. So once again, that's a lean. It's not a pick. South Florida plus 16 on their home court if you want to throw a couple dollars on it. Sometimes the best bet in a game is no bet at all, but this is one, again, just a lean. I think SMU, their head is not in the right place. And don't forget also, check out and click on SBR, all right, Super Bowl props betting guide, okay? Very interesting and very insightful. So click on that as well and have a great Super Bowl weekend.